Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Man, you know, another boxer, Adrien Broner versus Jessie Vargas, April 21st. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang. Please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. Now, in case you were on my live stream, I talked about this. Broner will be facing new opponent who steps in for Omar Figueroa, who pulled out with a rib injury, right? And the new opponent is Jessie Vargas, as you guys see in the title. Main event, Adrien Broner versus Jessie Vargas at a catch weight of 144 pounds. Now, Jessie Vargas came from the 140-pound division. He moved up, fought guys like Saddam Ali, Manny Pacquiao, Tim Bradley, right? And now he's going to fight against Broner at a catch weight. That's roughly the catch weight that Broner fought Shawn Porter. Broner has history at 130, 35, 40, 47. So he's no stranger to those weight divisions either, right? Fought Granados at 147. He fought Paulie Malignaggi, 147, Maidana, 47. And he also fought Shawn Porter, 144, 145. I can't remember exactly what number. It's a good fight, people. It's part of a Showtime triple header. Showtime is killing the competition. I repeat, killing the competition. I was a little bit worried because I was bummed out when they said Broner Figueroa, which I thought was a good stylistic matchup that I was looking forward to seeing. I was bummed out. And I was worried that they would replace it with something that a middleweight fight, or excuse me, a 140 fight that people weren't really checking for. But to me, this is a good save. Jessie Vargas, you can't sleep on him. Broner, we know his flaws. We know what he's good at. Should be a good, interesting style matchup, right? And I think, you know, to be honest, some people are even going to suggest that Broner versus Jessie Vargas as a plan B, as an understudy fight, a substitute, is actually better than the original fight of Omar Figueroa, right? You can actually make that case because if you think about it, Jessie Vargas has been with top level trainers, Eric Morales, Roy Jones. He was training out of the Mayweather gym, signed to Floyd Mayweather at a point in time, right? He's Dewey Cooper. He has a win over Saddam Ali, who beat Miguel Cotto, right, at 54, and Saddam Ali stopped him. So obviously Saddam Ali's a good fighter because he beat Cotto and pushed him into retirement for certainty. So Mexican-American, just like Omar Figueroa. They both have a good volume. They both are tough, right? The other thing with Omar Figueroa, had a little bit of issue making weight. So making 140 could have given him a problem because he's had trouble making 40 before, if I'm not mistaken. I think he failed on the scale, like didn't make weight. He had a DUI, so he had to go to court in March. As far as I know, Jessie Vargas doesn't have any of that. So you could make the argument that this is a better fight. Nonetheless, it's definitely not a bad replacement stylistically. Like I said, we know what Broner's good at, and we know what Broner struggles with. And Broner, sometimes he needs to let his hands go more. And Jessie Vargas, if you're ill-prepared, if you're not ready, he will expose that because he always comes to fight. Now, salute to Adrien, the problem Broner, and Jessie Vargas, and I'm going to tell you why. Say what you want about their skills, their personal lives, what they do, decisions they make, statements and interviews they make. These guys got heart. They are true fighters. They are true fighters at heart. The reason I know this is because Broner is fighting. He was willing to fight Omar Figueroa, who has a Maidana-ish style. He has a style, I guess you could say, that's closer to the styles that have beaten Broner. Pressure, volume guys, or made Broner look vulnerable. And he was willing to fight Omar Figueroa. That didn't work out, and he's now fighting Jessie Vargas. That's pretty impressive. Coming off of a Mikey Garcia loss where he thoroughly lost, and now you're about to, this motherfucker doesn't care. He's really down to catch the fade. You can't say there's no one that would tell me that Broner is not willing to catch the fade. Whether you think he won Ponce de Leon beat him, Adrien Broner, I don't care about none. I'm just talking about simply stepping up for the challenge. I mean, this dude, Sean Porter, Maidana in his second fight at welterweight, Omar Figueroa, he was down to fight. You know what I mean? Like, difficult styles. Now he's fighting Jessie Vargas. And another reason I know he's down to catch the fade is you got to look at it like this. I said this on my live stream. Keith Thurman is undefeated, and he had elbow surgery or whatever. He was linked to Jessie Vargas. People thought Jessie Vargas was going to get a Keith Thurman fight. Jessie Vargas fought in December, won his fight. They thought, okay, Keith Thurman's going to choose him as a quote-unquote tune-up. But it appears that Keith Thurman decided that the Jessie Vargas fight would be, coming off an injury, too much of a gamble and definitely not the tune-up he's looking for. And Keith Thurman said it's probably not going to be Jessie Vargas. Then he changed it to it won't be Jessie Vargas. And he said that he's going to fight someone, a two-belt champion said, I'm going to fight someone, I'm coming off injury, I'm going to fight someone outside of the top 10 to ease my way back. Meanwhile, Adrien "the Problem" Broner is coming off of a loss where this was the first time he lost to, I guess, a smaller guy in Mikey Garcia, and he's down to fight Omar Figueroa through no fault of his own. That fight falls apart because Figueroa pulls out, and now he's going to fight Jessie Vargas, the same guy that Keith Thurman, and I'm not saying Keith Thurman is afraid, but I'm just saying this is the mentality that Broner has. Keith Thurman, he didn't want to chance his 2 belts or chance having a shitty performance or being in a tough fight and getting criticized by fighting Jessie Vargas. Meanwhile, Broner, coming off a loss, is willing to do just that. You got to give Broner his props for that. I'm not saying you got to love Broner, burning money and all that dumb shit. I'm talking about this attitude. This is what we want out of our fighters. Same exact thing Jessie Vargas. Look at Jessie Vargas's career. When has he ducked a fade? Jessie Vargas told you in interview after interview, I'll fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, big puncher, 2 belts, right? This is after he lost to Pacquiao, and he was still trying to fight Keith Thurman. And through no fault of his own, the fight didn't manifest, right? Go back even further than that. Kell Brook, when he was undefeated before he lost to Golovkin or Errol Spence, he said, guess what? I'll fight Kell Brook. And he was in negotiations with Kell Brook. And once again, through no fault of his own, that fight fell apart. Kell Brook decided to fight Golovkin because Golovkin's fight with Chris Eubank Jr. fell apart. These are facts, people. So once again, and Keith Thurman, Jessie Vargas said he would fight Errol Spence at a point. So he's clearly not ducking any fades either. So I'm looking forward to it. Both of these dudes have the fighter's heart in terms of who they're willing to step up. Just signing the contract and stepping up in the ring. Who has Jessie Vargas turned down? He fought Josito Lopez. Khabib Alec Verdiev is a mutual opponent that him and Broner have. He's now fighting Broner. He was down to fight Keith Thurman. Said he would fight Errol Spence. And he was down to fight Kell Brook, even in negotiations. And 2 of those 3 fights didn't pan out. And it wasn't because of Jessie Vargas. It wasn't because he pulled out of negotiation. I mean, this dude's down. He stepped up and fought Pacquiao. I think that was his first title defense, right? He beat Saddam Ali for the title. And then he fought Pacquiao straight away. You know what I mean? Like, this dude's, he fought Antonio DeMarco. These dudes is real. I mean, somebody proved what I'm saying wrong. So props to Broner and Jessie Vargas, both willing to take dangerous fights. That is the moral of this story. Now, this is a triple header, as I mentioned. Also on the card, Gervonta Tank Davis makes his return. First fight after losing his title on the scale. He lost his title. He's undefeated, but he lost his title on the Mayweather-McGregor undercard last year because he came in overweight. So he lost that IBF title. Some different things happened. Tevin Farmer fought the Japanese guy Ogawa. Then Ogawa tested positive, and that's all in the air. Now Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting former featherweight Jesus Cuellar, who's an action style fighter with power at featherweight at least, and he's moving up, which he says he was having trouble making featherweight. I think he said that after he lost to Abner Matis. So we'll see what Tank Davis looks like against a guy who has power just like him. Well, I'm not and let me phrase that again. A guy who also has power, at least at featherweight. We don't know if his power will carry up, but we'll see. And then also on this card is the rescheduled Jermall Charlo versus Hugo Centeno Jr., which was supposed to be on last week's Luis Ortiz Deontay Wilder card, but Hugo Centeno Jr. pulled out, needed more time, postponed it because he had a rib injury, if I'm not mistaken. Lots going on, people. That is the latest and greatest. April 21st, great triple header. Barclays is becoming a staple for boxing fans, especially on the East Coast. Is becoming one of the meccas out here in the United States for good fights. I mean, you just had the opportunity 2 days ago to watch Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz, Jose Uzcategui set the record straight and defeat Andre Durrell, and it's gonna keep going on. Like Keith Thurman's gonna come back there, I believe. Broner with this triple header versus Jessie Vargas. Man, I'm excited. PBC doing big things. Thank you, Al Heyman. Shout out to Showtime. Let me know if you like this fight better than Omar Figueroa. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego Sunday. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.